Hey guys, Rob from the Off-Grid Tiny House. So here's the wire I'll be using, 14-2 gauge. This is household wiring. And I'll use the white as the positive and black as negative, because black to black, and then white will be positives. So I got the air on, finally. Got the place closed up. Now I got this fan here. I wouldn't run the air without this fan because it's doing its thing to keep this wire cool. Without the fan on, guys, dangerous running it. Because that wire was getting extremely hot and I had a slight hint of burning plastic because when I touched the insulation it felt a little mushy. Now the problem with that is that charge controller in particular has the crappiest smallest ports for your heavy gauge wire that you've ever seen. I literally had to, I don't know, the connection is it's just not done right by the engineer, whoever designed it. It's got to be okay. Off-grid solar people, big connectors, because we use big wires at the battery source, and that is a battery source wire. It's not, my solar wires are normal size because I have they're running at a high voltage in series. But when the MPPT converts down, you need heavy gauge wire cable running into your battery bank. So you can't sacrifice a smaller cable or you'll have even worse problems than that big beast. So basically it's the charge controller's fault for not having a decent enough contactor up there. Good solid connection, a big connection for the big gauge wire that's required, instead of going cheap and using the same gauge as, or the same gauge size connector as the solar input. So apparently the engineer didn't think anybody would be running real heavy duty stuff on a 60 amp. But Stu High-Tech Guy 18 I think has a fix for me for that particular charge controller in the future if we have further issues. But until then, I gotta do what I gotta do with the fan blowing across the wire just to keep things safe. So I got the air on full tilt boogie, max 7, high air conditioning. There's a low air too I could put it on. I could always try that in the future as a something that would cycle. But the humidity is so horrible in here, guys, I have to have it on now. It's just brutal. High humidity. Outside there's a breeze, it's not as bad. In here, humid as hell, and I gotta fix that with the air conditioning right now. Now a lot of people with tiny houses, I've been watching Craig. He had to get a dehumidifier hooked up. Well, an air conditioner is basically the same thing as a dehumidifier. It sucks all the moisture out of the air and gets rid of it. So I'm basically doing that right now, completely off the grid. So it has to be done. It's just one of those hellish summer months. July, August here in Canada, guys, some of the hottest months going for the season. And then after that, September, October rolls around, we're into the fall. Nice, beautiful temps. Awesome temps. Love it. So, you know, the timeline is creeping up on me, but I'm getting some progress done. I like the Chase. I really like this. I'm going to be able to run all my wires in there. Whether I insulate it or not is another thing. What do you guys think? Should I put foam board in there? I think I have enough to do that. But I got to figure out a way to, maybe I'll just put little sticks of wood in there to basically staple fasteners on for my wiring, so it's like kind of streamlined, nice and straight along there until wherever I'm feeding it to go, whatever I decide to do. Give me some hints on that, guys. That'd be great. I think that's the golden way. Have a Chase. That way way I can service wires. I can look at any possible leaks in the future. I think that's the game plan here at the Off Grid Tiny House. And no, that is not my ceiling height. I gotta keep mentioning that. Even though it's doable, if I had that kind of ceiling height, I couldn't have a ceiling fan because I'd be smashing my head on it. I'm obviously gonna have to build up something to go across, probably part way, put like a 2x4 stick in there, run a 2x4 across to another stick over there, and then build ceiling off of that, something like that. But for now, this is just for wall cavity. It's not even structure, guys. The structure's here, and up here that I'm repairing, all this is structure. This is solid wall. This is floating wall, just for cosmetics, so I can put walling material up, right? So off I go to, now that I got the air on, I'm gonna start wiring, getting rid of all this mess. Total gut job on this nonsense spaghetti. And this one isn't as bad. This was a lot cleaner setup. So obviously gonna keep that one, but this spaghetti's gonna go bye-bye. This is too much for me, for sure. All right, we'll see you in a bit. Hey guys, I was just trying out my new wire stripper here that we picked up in a store closing sale. Works pretty good. So I wired in the 14-2, and this one has built-in fuse already, but I'm probably going to upgrade that anyways because of the situation we're working on. So I got the 14-2 run in here, and I'm going to strap it up so it's nice and clean on there. So took all the spaghetti out of there, and so it's coming out. It's going to be in the wall, but I'm still going to use that hole. So I'm only going to use one more 14-2 wire in here, possibly 3 max. That way I can split up half the loads here. I can probably do that. So 3 at most. So I got that one fed in behind, and this is just temporary. I already cut it off. I got plenty, as you can see, because we're going to go in behind and back on this wall and eventually wire back into the big bus bars here. So that'll be good. Let's check the solar while we're here. Battery's sitting at 13.16, and let me check the yeah, there's very little heat there, so everything seems to be good. So it's in float mode. Battery's in float. It may go to overvolting. But remember guys, I've been overvolting with the air conditioner on heavy load, full blast, still full blast, and you gotta love that. So possibly gonna be overvolting on the batteries, even though I have a heavy air conditioner running on the load, full tilt boogie. So gotta love it. A little windy out. Moisture, the humidity's coming down in here, thank God. It's getting a little more bearable, but still warm. So I'm gonna write on this guy entertainment on the wiring. I'll just write entertainment with a black magic marker on there, and go from there. And that way, when I staple it up in the ceiling or however I'm going to do it, I know what the hell it is, right? I'll just write entertainment all the way down, different areas, every 4 feet or every 3 feet or something, and then we'll know what the hell it is. And for the other ones, I'll write like ceiling or fans and lights, something like that, because that's what it basically that powers. And then part of that load will be charging all my lithium power packs, which you know, I would love to handle that. Now I'm curious about disabling the LED lights in here that light up, because I don't like looking at, I like to just have a plain Jane light switch turn on, turn it off. I don't need lights telling me it's in the on position, because when you're at nighttime, it's a little bit of annoying. Looking at that, you're like, what? Even when they're off, there's a blue light. So yeah, I would have preferred some plain Jane switches, but whatever. Anyways, I'll get back to it, guys. I'll give you an update on the temperature though before I do. So 28.3 Celsius. The air's just a blowing here still like crazy. It's probably gonna take a while to get everything cooled down in here with all the ripping and tearing going on.